Welcome back to Builds Not Projects. This week, well, Devin's back. He's feeling mostly better, so that's good. But we're back on the mower build. Not too sure what we're gonna do, but we're probably gonna cut some metal, weld some metal, and build some stuff for this here mower. I guess stay tuned and see what we end up making. We're gonna start trying to figure out how to mount this brake. To do that, I gotta start by taking out this little lever guy here so we can have clearance to try to mount it down in here. Also gonna have to pull the jack shaft out, which is fine because when I put it in, I may have forgotten to put the other sprocket on, which we need, so we can put the other sprocket on. And I need to flip the way this is on the bracket there. I need to flip it around so I can get to the set screws and stuff for the bracket. So yeah, we'll get started taking all that apart. So we got the jack shaft slash swing arm all back in there. Got the other sprocket on, kind of test fit chain. I think that size is gonna work out well. We'll have to build a little tensioner, but not bad. This one is all gonna line up well. Where it is, no interference there. Also swapped around the brake rotor, so now we can tighten down the set screws on that, as well as mount this correctly and not run into any interference there. So basically, what I want to do is mount this caliper somewhere about in here. Bleeder screws on the top there, so it'll be nice and easy to bleed as well. So I'm going to take this piece of tubing here and essentially mount it in here, something like this. I'm going to kind of change up this, where this is notched out, change that up a little bit, get it to sit in there a little better on this end, as well as maybe cut this down a little bit, get it a little closer, and then I'll be able to just build like a little bracket here to bolt on the caliper, so that'll make it nice and simple to mount. So we got the caliper mounted, just a simple little piece of bent tubing and a nice little bracket there. Pretty quick and simple, but effective. So now we've got a nice little brake caliper on there. So that seems like it should stop way better than the trike. So that would be a plus, since those brakes were kind of terrible. Yeah.
I mean, it would be a benefit for it to stop due to the fact that it weighs like at least twice what the trike does, maybe 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is going to have a little more weight on the trike. So it'll also have front brakes, so those should be helpful. Speaking of which, I have not gotten a master cylinder for those yet. I probably should have done that so we could have front brakes in the same video, but that's not going to happen. So guess I'll have to order that.
We also apparently didn't learn from the Odyssey, and if we break a chain, we lose rear brakes, but at least we got the front ones.
Yeah, I mean, at least we don't have 3 chains that we could potentially break to lose rear brakes, so I guess that's a plus. Well, I was going through a list of things I should probably order for this thing and writing them down so I don't forget again, because I'm pretty good at that. And we're going on to 2 pages now, so I guess I'll keep looking and see what else I might need to order. Since I may have not ordered the rest of the brake stuff, we're going to move on to something else that needs to get done, like trying to chop up this factory airbox that is also missing 2 of the rubber things, and see if it'll fit. I believe it will fit down in here somewhere if I cut enough of it off, but still leave the little attaching points for the filter to slide in there, which I also don't have because, well, the old Methmobile didn't come with one. So we're gonna go ahead and chop this box up and see if we can make it fit. So after a few cuts on the airbox, it fits, and actually quite nicely. Even able to reuse the side cover that helps hold the air filter in place, and yeah, so that's gonna work out really well. I just need to get a couple more of the rubber grommet attachment thingies, not sure what they're called, but I need to get a couple more of those because the bike didn't come with them. You know, you don't really need them that bad, I guess. I don't know. That thing was so destroyed.
It was missing a few things, so that's not really surprising.
Yeah, I mean, like this random gas line that had another T in it for some odd reason with a bolt to keep it from leaking gas everywhere. And, you know, why buy a vacuum cap when you can just take another random hose with a screw? Yep, screw, slap it in there. I don't know, but we'll be able to get an air filter and hopefully be able to find a couple of those rubber boots. I guess if not, then this was kind of a waste of time. I'll just have to build an intake anyways, or just buy another one that has those rubber boots in it. So we'll find something for that. Now we're gonna move on and build something else. Not sure what yet, but we'll probably tell you here in a couple seconds. It's time to make the hood fit again. After building the steering, it no longer clears through this little section, so I'm gonna just trim that out, get the hood mounted back on there, and then we're going to build another support tube for the strut towers here. So we'll end up with something that runs, actually we decided it's gonna run around the front and then around to the other side, as well as up off of here for some support. So we'll get that thing bent up as well. We decided to go along the front so that way we can still lift the motor out easily. I was gonna go over the top and wasn't really thinking about it, was gonna try to build some sort of bolt-on plate, and then got the genius idea to just run it around the front. Not too sure why neither of us thought about that while we were trying to come up with an idea on how to make it go over the top. But yeah, so time to chop the hood a little bit, build some tubes, and hopefully stiffen these strut towers up a little bit because they're a little floppy. So it's time to throw some fantastic bends in this nice piece of 1-inch tubing on the old handy Rogue Fab tubing bender. If you guys haven't seen us talk about this thing before, which I'm sure most of you have because we aren't gaining subscribers very quickly, this thing is awesome. Go hit up their website at roguefab.com and We've used it to build the entire mower so far, also used it to build the entire trike, and used it for quite a bit of the Odyssey as well, as sad as the Odyssey was. At least the next two things that we built with it were a lot better. So let's throw some bends in this tube. We got this support bar kind of just tacked in place. It's not quite even side to side, but neither are these little strut towers, because, well, we may have tweaked them a little bit when I was jumping on the suspension on the front end at one point in time, and they didn't start out quite perfect side to side to start with. Yeah, so we just made up for the difference in the strut mounting top plate here, so they're a little different side to side just to get the height correct. Not a big deal, but it just makes it not look quite as nice. So, oh well. This piece should strengthen them up nicely. We will be adding another support down to the original motorcycle frame down in there off of here at some point. I kind of want to wait on that because I may end up doing two of them. I'm not sure yet, and I kind of want to wait to see what we end up using for lights and all of that kind of jazz. So for now, I know it would be strong enough with just one in the middle, but there's not really a whole lot of point in putting one in there yet because I know when we had the other one sticking up from the original frame, having the exhaust welded together, the exhaust wouldn't come out because it would run into that pipe, so we cut it off. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to add in one there yet or not. We'll kind of have to take it all back apart and see. But for now, we need to notch out the hood so it can clear around here and actually shut again. Alright, so after some rambling on before about maybe not adding in a tube today, yeah, I decided to add in a tube today. Just went with the one right down the middle. After looking at it some more, I really don't think I'd be able to get the exhaust back out of there again, which would be really unfortunate. So, went with the one little bent tube there. It's all tacked in place. Should definitely be nice and sturdy. Also got the hood clearanced for the tubes. So, shuts nicely, clears good on both sides. Also was able to still use the same cables and just ran them back to the studs that they were on before. I may end up adding them in a different spot or something just so it can open just a touch further, because it's kind of not really something I'd want to like go to look at something and you know, have a gust of wind come and just whack me in the back of the neck. Doesn't sound very fun. So probably gonna add something a little different to that. But yeah, that's what we got for this video. See you in the next one, where we're not gonna probably be working on this type of thing. We're gonna be doing something a little different. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you already haven't. Go check out the merch on the website at buildsnotprojects.com, and we'll catch you in the next video.